guys, so from Stretch Kinetics here, and I'm going to take you through a quick little warm-up that you can pop in before your next run. So in this warm-up, it's nice and short. We're activating all the muscles that we're going to be using over our run. And then if you want to cool down afterwards, you can also check out our little cool down video. Again, about the same amount of time it'll take you to do, and it'll take you through some nice stretches that you can use to find some stretch and some length through that body after you've worked it nice and hard. So the first thing that we're going to do is activate through those glutes. So we're going to bring ourselves down for some bridges here. So hands can just stay down by your sides. We're going to find a little tilt back, pubic bone towards your belly button. And then we're going to find a squeeze of the glutes and a lift of the hips up towards the ceiling. So you're getting that nice big drive of those hips up. And we're going to inhale, lower the hips down. So it's that exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up. And then we inhale, slowly lower down. So we're going to do 10 to 15 of these ones here. I want you to really think about activating through those glutes. As we drive up, it's not about how high we're driving those hips up. We want to think about that big squeeze that we're getting into those glutes as we lift. So some common mistakes with this one is going just for that height, and we end up flaring through those ribs. If you can see, my ribs are popping out here. I want you to think of shortening the space between your ribs and your hips and really isolating that activation into that big extension of that hip or that lift of that hip with those big squeezes. So we'll take 2 more here. Again, you can take as many as you like to feel like you're getting that nice big warm up. I kind of give that option of that 10 to 15 is a good one. And then the next time we bring it up, we're going to hold it here. Palms are going to stay down. We're going to take it into our marches. So this is activating through the flexors of the hip, what we use each time we take a lift of that knee as we run, as well as those glutes. So we're going to find palms down, take a big inhale in. And we're going to exhale, drive through the right heel. We're going to float that left knee up into a tabletop position. And then we inhale, lower that foot down. Exhale, hug the belly, float that right knee up. Keep it going like this. Same thing. You're going to take about 10 to 15 or 10 to 16 rather, so you're keeping it even on each side. Reps while you're just taking that march from one side to the other. Think about trying to keep the pelvis as still as you can as you take that lift from one side and then lifting to the other. We're thinking about folding at that hip crease as we find that lift. So we're softening at that hip crease. We're not trying to kind of click through those hips. Really driving through that supporting foot as you find that lift. Good, we'll go 1 more each side, finding that exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, last one. Exhale to lift. And inhale to lower. So bring it all the way down. You can just hug those knees in, take a little bit of that stretch through the lower back. We're going to bring it all the way up. You can cross those legs over. We're going to find a little walk back and just finding a little dynamic downward dog here. So we're just going to take that little pedal out and then we're going to find that bend of the knees. So you're going to find a little bend of the knees in and that lift and push the heels down. So we bend the knees in like we're going to send that butt back. And then push the heels down, getting that stretch through the calf and that activation. Last one. Finding that push. Good, drawing those heels down. We're going to ripple forwards and we're going to take a step into a runner's lunge position here. So right foot is going to come forwards. We're going to allow that back knee just to rest down. And we're just going to bring ourselves in so that our hands are coming down to frame that front knee. Foot is on the floor, and we're going to take this into a little bit of a dynamic movement, finding that drop of your hips down, left hand stays, right fingertips are just going to take a nice big reach out behind you. So we're going to find a little circle. I want you to sweep the hand down to the floor, over to the front, up towards the sky, and back down again. 1 more like this, finding that big reach up and around. Good, and then bringing that hand back down. We're going to send it back, take that switch to the other side. Now I'll just do 1 each side, but feel free to do kind of 2 to 3 reps each side here to get those hips nice and warm, finding that little bit of length and stretch here. Right hand comes down, find that reach and lift up, hand draws back. We're going to find that sweep all the way along. Big circle into that shoulder, into that upper body, finding that rotation through the spine. 1 more like this. Good, and finding that draw back, tucking the toes under. We're going to float that foot back, just find that little pedal out here. And this time as you do, those hands are going to walk in towards your feet. Unlock those knees, find that nice big roll all the way up. Give those shoulders a little roll, last little bit here. We're going to find some leg sweeps. Now if you've got something that you can take a little hold onto, It's a good way to do this one. You want to be mindful, if you're on a sticky mat like this, you just want to be mindful that you don't catch your foot on the floor. I'm going to be careful not to do it here. And we're just going to take a little sweep. So I want you just to start small. It's just like you're swinging your leg forwards and back. But as you do, I don't want you to kind of just swing with the body. I want you to think that you're actively squeezing the glute and lifting the hip. So you're finding that nice big draw back. And then we can start to take these a little bit further. So we're then just kind of going for that nice big range of movement into those legs. Good. Just finding that nice big sweep for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Slowly bring it back to center. And you can take a little sweep across here as well. So you can just find, again, just starting really nice and small. You're just taking that little sweep across. You've got that support of your left leg. And then you can start to take this a little bit deeper, creating that little bit of a lift. Again, it's not just swinging with the momentum though, we're really activating through the muscles to find that big abduction of the leg. Just for 2 and 1. Slowly bring it back. We're just going to take that onto the other side. So same thing, we're going to start small. Just going to take that little sweep. So again, think of this one, upper body's not moving quite as much as we will in a moment. We're just trying to activate, squeeze the glute as you push back, feel that hip flexor work as you draw forward. And then we're just going to start to take this a little bit bigger, finding that sweep. Good, that's it. Just for 4. In 3, we're going to take that sweep from side to side. In 2. Last 1. Bring it back down. We're going to switch, just finding that little turn to the side. And again, starting nice and small. I'm just kind of clearing the front leg with that. Clearing that bottom toe with my front leg, and then I'm going to start to actively take it out a little bit bigger. So you're just working on activating through those abductors of the hip, those side of your glutes here, that side of the hip. Just for 3, last 2, and 1. Good work. Give those legs a little shimmy from side to side. So hopefully you are feeling all nice and warm now and ready for your run.